Okay, hopefully everybody can see me pretty well. Of course, my name is Kent and the channel is EOS San Diego. And it's been a few days since I've made my last video, but the market has definitely improved, not only for Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other coins, but especially for challenge token too. So, again, somebody heckling me. There we go. Got them all over the world, especially here in Carlsbad. But yeah, the market has definitely improved, definitely improved. And we're pretty happy about that. But the part of the market that's really improved is the DeFi market, the decentralized finance. That's what I want to cover a little bit tonight, the decentralized finance market, because it really is rather interesting. I started following this pretty late in the game. I didn't really figure out what was going on until probably a few weeks ago, and I was following it kind of lightly. But when I started following it, it was, I think the market cap on a DeFi Pulse was around 150 billion. Now it's 350 billion. So it has really, gone up amazing how much decentralized finance has taken off in the last few weeks. It's incredible. In fact, I actually think it could bring this whole crypto market back to levels that we were, a few years ago, because it's bringing so much more money back in. We're 3.5 billion on DeFi alone. I think the top of the market for ICOs is 11 billion market cap. So you can see that DeFi is just doing an incredible amount of business. But there's some very interesting things about DeFi, and that's what I really want to talk about tonight. And actually, what I'm going to name the video is it's the DeFi junkies out there. The DeFi junkies, the DeFi crypto junkies, getting a fix from DeFi, because we really are a little ahead of the game here as far as DeFi is concerned. And I want to talk about that a little bit, because, I think personally that when you have things like Bitcoin go from a few dollars to 10,000, you have Ethereum go from a few dollars to over $1,000, $1,500. People get ruined by those kind of investments. Nothing else seems to give them a fix when you have those kinds of appreciations. So obviously, even Tesla or the ordinary stock market, the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones Industrial, are never going to bring back returns like that. So, and I'm going to talk through the trade. So people are always trying to hunt down that next fix. And that's why I call them the DeFi junkies. The DeFi junkies trying to get the next fix, the next thing that's going to go run from a few dollars to a few $100s or a few $1,000s. And they're doing it right now with DeFi. They're doing it with the DeFi cryptos. Some of these have gone from, I don't know where they've started out, because I've been following from the very beginning, but just like Comp, I've been following now for a little bit. That was over $300 here not too long ago. It's dropped back to 150 some dollars, but it was over $300, and I think a month or two ago it was like below 50. So yeah, there's been some incredible appreciations, and I think even Comp isn't really one of the big DeFi cryptos that have taken off. But to explain DeFi very simply, it's from my understanding, it's lending, or actually taking your crypto, Richard Hart's real famous for this, so as far as exchanging Hex for Ethereum. So you give him Ethereum, he gives you back Hex. And I think he was kind of like the originator of some of this DeFi stuff. If you know who Richard Hart is, he's got the Hex program. He's on a lot of YouTube videos, but basically it's taking certain coins, mainly Ethereum, Bitcoin, very stable coins that people have a lot of faith in, and using that as collateral to take out or get interest. Basically, if you get interest on your collateral, then you take that collateral and then you maybe borrow something else to buy another coin. But in the process of doing that, there's another coin that's involved, which is the crypto coin in Compound. It's Comp, C-O-M-P. And that coin is the one that's appreciating, and that's the one that's getting everybody these huge gains. So that third coin, not the one that you're borrowing or the one you're lending, that you're collateralizing against, and not the one you're borrowing, but the one that's generated, the one that doing this transaction that gets generated, that third coin is the one that's had the rapid appreciations. And in Compound, that's in Comp. I think in Maker, it's DAI. These are the ones that are going up extraordinarily high. And this is the DeFi world that's going on right now, that is just blasted off to the moon. But like I say, it's early in the game, I think there's definitely issues to be looked at as far as all this is concerned. The first question I ask when I look at all this is that they're running on the Ethereum blockchain. Why more DeFi projects haven't figured out that you can run it on the EOS blockchain and have it a lot smoother, a lot cheaper, and a lot more efficient? First of all, you don't have to go through a browser extension like MetaMask. You don't have to have gas fees. You don't have transactions like 10 transactions, 15 transactions a second. And you're running on now what even Vitalik says himself is a very unsafe platform, simply because the gas fees are getting so high that some of the miners may be potentially remining blocks. By remining those blocks, getting some of the more valuable blocks, some of those rewards back. So it's actually become kind of a unstable system to where Vitalik's even concerned about it. Of course, we're looking at late November before they think that Ethereum 2.0 is even going to launch. And really, Ethereum 2.0 is a takeoff of EOS, a proof of stake system as opposed to proof of work system. So there's a lot of things going on with Ethereum right now, running all the DeFi, almost like the ICO market, that just isn't sustainable. And not that it's not something to really be watching, because I think it is, because this is the next level of finance. I mean, this is where it's going. As I drive around and I see empty buildings, some of the buildings I see probably that will be empty in the very near future are banks. People aren't going to go to traditional banks anymore. And not only that, people aren't going to want to go through all the different, all the different credit checks, how your history, your financial history, approvals, all the hoops you have to jump through just to get a loan or to lend or borrow or do anything like that. So get a mortgage, do all this other stuff. So yeah, the DeFi network, decentralized finance, is definitely the future of finance. But as it goes today, we're dealing with the junkies right now. We're dealing with the people trying to get the fix, trying to get the high, trying to get the next 1,600 and 1,700% on an investment. So that's who's driving this market, and that's where it's going right now. So right now, I'd be scared of the DeFi market. Not that it's not going to be something big in the future. And I do own Compound. So I do own a little Compound. I think I can't remember where I purchased it at, but probably around not too far from where it is right now. So I have watched that go up pretty high and then come back down. So if you want to put a little money in one of those, you can try a little bit, but I think that it's definitely coming back down. I think more DeFi projects will be built on EOS. I hope more DeFi projects are built on EOS. And I hope more DeFi projects are thought out so that, there isn't a lot of variables involved like there is right now with DeFi running on Ethereum. Because not only do you have all the stuff going on with the contracts, the smart contracts, and whether the smart contracts are all thought out as far as if you could be liquidated as far as your collateral is concerned, at what point do you get liquidated, how your interest is being earned when you lend the money out, or, how's it being given back to you, what happens if a contract fails or if somebody hacks a contract. These are all things that are pretty important that I don't think many people have thought out, and we haven't been in the game long enough to see how it's all going to play out. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the tech bubble days, back when you could buy stocks online. It was really easy to buy online, but when the stock market started to go down, guess what? You didn't get out very quickly. So yeah, there's a lot of problems to be worked out with DeFi. Although DeFi is driving the crypto market right now, and it shows that there's a lot of hunger for cryptocurrency right now, and a lot of people out there willing to speculate and play. So yeah, this is kind of an interesting time. And like I say, Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS are all doing a lot much better in this market, and it challenges up hundreds of percent here in the last few days. So we're pretty excited about that, and we're trading relatively low. I mean, so if you're looking for some place to speculate, the challenge token is trading very, very low, and we're running an app, decentralized app that's working very well. And we're also on this video, I want to ask people about what kind of challenges that you want to make, task challenges. We've made quite a few very successful task challenges here lately, and what task challenge would you like to see or have an idea for, and how you may use this application. And it's very simple to do. Just go to the App Store or the Google Play and just type in challenge EOS, and you'll see the app, and you can download it and spin a wheel and win some tokens and get something for nothing, as opposed to putting up some collateral like you would have to do if you were playing DeFi. Put up some collateral and maybe speculate on whether you get liquidated on your collateral if you know, something goes awry as far as your loans are concerned, or your collateral goes down in value. So a lot of things to think about, not least of which is that when you're dealing with people's money like this, there's always consequences too. And you know, if I was someone and I was in the DeFi game right now, I'd be worried that some regulatory governmental body out there wouldn't have their eyeballs on you. That's probably the only reason why I bought Compound, is because they were listed on a Coinbase, and that made me feel a little bit better about Compound because it was listed on Coinbase. And Brian Brooks, who is now in the Treasury working under Steve Mnuchin, was their chief legal officer. So I kind of felt a little bit better about Compound because of Coinbase, and that's the only reason why I picked Compound over Maker or some of these other DeFi projects or stuff. But I do see more DeFi being built on EOS. I see there is a project or two on EOS that is DeFi. But that's one of my biggest curiosity is, why isn't more DeFi being run on EOS and getting away from the gas costs and the slow transaction speeds of Ethereum? So we'll see what happens with that too. It's kind of interesting. But the crypto markets, they're really looking up right now. I'm hoping that Bitcoin makes it over 10,000 here very soon, and that we're, you know, once we get over 10,000, hopefully we go much higher than that, and that the DeFi market doesn't completely crash, and that some of these coins hold some of their value, and they get some stability behind them, and some of this DeFi stuff starts to work and has some history, so people can see that it's not just pure speculation, kind of like what it is right now. So anyway, I'll put the link for the DeFi Pulse below. Keep a track of that because it's at 3.5 billion right now. Like I said, the ICO market at the top of the market was 11 billion. So there's a lot of money out there. There's a lot of hunger for cryptocurrency. And I think one of the things that's driving DeFi too is the fact that the overall crypto market's been really sideways, and people are looking for something to play. They're looking for play out there. And you know, if the market's sideways, Bitcoin isn't doing anything, Ethereum's not doing anything, EOS isn't doing anything, guess what? They're going to find things like DeFi to play with and drive up and speculate on. And that's the way the game works. And you know, it's a very, very, very fast game, almost like a high stake poker game. You're all in, or you're being, you know, you're getting out of the game. So that's kind of the way it's working, and there's pretty interesting stuff going on with this DeFi thing. So I'll hopefully be able to talk about it a little bit more, but I want to make a video about it because I really don't talk about stuff outside of Challenger or EOS. But there are a lot of interesting plays going on out there right now, and there is more coming here in the horizon with insurances and maybe collateralizing assets that a lot of applications are going to be built around too. So the world is definitely moving online, and the dApps and DeFi, decentralized applications, are definitely something that I think is going to take over much of our future. I appreciate you watching.